So this was the 23rd after I worked the late shift, so I started at 1 PM, finished at 9:30. I got to the gym about 10 o'clock at night, and yeah, just immediately sort of, not exactly like a big planned session, more like a catch-up session to what I feel like I'm missing and where I feel like some deficits in my training have been since I had this time off and less time in the gym. So went back to these sort of not really reverse hypers, but you know what I mean. Back to working the lower back and getting the barbell involved as well. Sort of loosened up the shoulders a little bit, did a little bit of rotator cuff work, and then I just did a little bit of bicep tries as well, just for a bit of arm maintenance. Really. Coming back to this exercise though, once I eventually get the barbell about here, I first saw this exercise when I saw a video with Klokov in it, explaining that in Russia and all the top weightlifting programs they do there, when you're a kid they get you to do this exercise first up, not specifically with this piece of equipment, but with a reverse hyper machine. But this is the closest thing I have to it, and it's pretty much the same results anyway. And the reason we do it with a barbell is we practice the movement or the accessory movements with these similar equipment that we would do the movement of. So if you're using this barbell or this movement to help with your squatting, then you need to do it with a barbell. If you're using it to help with your deadlift, you can use a barbell. And the one way that the barbell, I think, helps round out this workout for me is not only am I getting a lot of tension through my hamstrings and my glutes and my lower back, which is what you would primarily get with this exercise without the barbell, but with the added sort of tension that the barbell creates in my upper back, and then also the weight, it provides for more resistance when coming up, when contracting my lower back, my glutes and my hamstrings. So one, it works the glutes, the hammies and the lower back a lot more, and then two, I get a lot of engagement with my upper back just by retracting, sitting the bar on my traps, squeezing my shoulder blades tight and things like that. So I feel like as a complete back workout where both the lower back and the upper back are involved at the same time, I think this is one of the better exercises to do. And I definitely noticed that last time I was doing this, it improved my deadlift quite a lot. I know that I think periodically as well, I think it probably added to a little bit of my posterior chain stability when I'm squatting as well. Being able just to hold my own with the barbell on my back, and you also get this glute and hamstring activation there as well. So there's a bit of strength training there. So I did I did 2 sets of 10 warming up body weight, and then I did my 3 sets of 10 with the barbell, and then we came on to do a little bit of rotator work here, just with cables. Sort of sped this up because this is just a little bit more tedious for me. It was just rotator work and a little bit of buys and tries. I sort of forgot how important it is to use, to maintain these sort of accessory muscles. I think over the last couple of months I've been focused primarily on squat, bench, deadlift, and I've sort of been neglecting, training arms or doing a little bit of shoulders, and just not making sure that some of the joints and some of the other accessory muscles used in these lifts are well maintained. So obviously for my shoulder health, obviously benching can be quite a strain on your shoulder, especially if you're fatiguing and you may occasionally lose your form or something like that and put extra strain on your shoulders. So I realised I need healthier rotator cuffs to do that, and which this was something I was doing quite regularly before. It was just part of a workout, part of the shoulder workout anyway, but I stopped once I started looking at the squat, the bench and the deadlift. So this was something I identified that I needed to get back. And same with the biceps and the triceps as well. I just did a variation of curls. And so just standard grip curls and then some hammer curls and some single arm curls with the band. I think I like using cables just for that extra resistance, and it's constantly keeping tension, on your muscle, on your ligaments, on your tendons, all the way through the motion, which is something I find better than just curling a barbell sometimes, or doing overhead extensions with a barbell. So yeah, look, this was obviously, one, maintaining the shoulder, making sure the shoulders and the rotator cuffs are, I can still have some strength and stability in there, and then two, getting a little bit of health for the elbow joint in there as well. Primarily for this was probably all primarily for the bench. These ones, I think, ideally, normally I'd be training arms once or twice a week if I'm doing like sort of bro day sessions. I'll do a back day, a chest day, a leg day, do abs. But yeah, like I said, I've sort of been neglecting it, and I realized for a fact that when I train these accessory muscles, I'll improve my bench quite significantly. Like I did last time, you can't, like what, 80% of your bench is your chest, but that last 20% where you're locking out is all your triceps, baby. So if you've got weak triceps, you're going to be struggling to lock out continually. And then because I'm doing a lot of this pushing movement as well, I think from an evolutionary standpoint, if you look at humans and primates and hominids and things like that, lots of big biceps, big backs, climbing up trees, pulling things. We're designed to pull a lot of things towards us. Hence why our pull strength is usually a lot stronger than our push strength. So that's why my back is probably a lot. I can do a lot heavier workouts, like back workouts, than I can do in chest workouts. And I think that's simply just because of our anatomy and how we're set up. So we're good at these pulling movements, but when we're at the gym and we want to do a big bench press or things like that, I was doing a lot of push-ups earlier. That's a lot of pushing movements, and yes, we can do those movements, but we're not as strong in them, and you'll start to feel sore in your joints, and you'll start to get a little bit of a deficit after a while, and you need to look after your joints and make sure they're healthy. And I think that's why it's always important to do pull days and back days, especially because we all hear about the people that do chest, they don't do back, and then they round out their shoulders, and I've already got terrible posture as it is. And just things like that. The elbow joint always feels healthier when you can do some flexion rather than just extension. So look, that's basically the understanding in my head anyway as to why I did this workout tonight. And look, that's probably about it. I don't have too much to say. I'm recording this the next day. I fell asleep halfway through editing this last night. It was a busy night. Too many things going wrong. I mean, yesterday my apartment flooded because the pipe in my washing machine broke. So I had to deal with that. And then as I was leaving the gym today, I backed my car into a freaking pole and smashed out my rear tail light. Bad things always come in threes, so that's one and that's two. I'm expecting number 3 today, so excuse me if I don't have a lot of enthusiasm in my voice at the moment, but hey, what can you do? I'll still probably head to the gym after work anyway this evening, regardless of what happens, and yeah, we'll see. But cheers, thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, eh?